Welcome to this case-based training on primary research, prepared for India market entry. This video covers 6 sessions focused on translating business problems into research, identifying information needs, designing guides, stakeholder outreach, synthesizing data, and data visualization. This is session 2, focusing on identifying information needs, target respondents, and the research design framework. The goal of this session is identifying information gaps and determining data needs for effective decision-making. Our agenda includes inferring required information, identifying target respondents, scoping information sources, balancing feasibility and cost, defining sampling logic, and mapping outreach channels. We will also have a hands-on exercise. By the end of this session, you will be able to identify necessary information, scope data sources, define respondent groups and sampling logic, prioritize trade-offs, and build a practical sampling and outreach plan. To infer information required for decision-making, ask, what decisions must this research enable? What choices does the client need to make? What assumptions require validation? The outputs will be an information needs list, decision criteria, and hypotheses for testing. Strategic questions, such as market viability or acceptable pricing, directly translate into information needed, like demand signals, buyer types, and willingness to pay. It is critical to identify target respondent communities and prioritize those with decision influence and experience. Key segments include universities and higher education institutions, students, and the industry/ecosystem. Key stakeholder segments are categorized into HEIs, students, and ecosystem partners, each with specific roles, such as vice chancellors, PG students, and edtech platforms. The recommended sample composition includes HEI decision makers across different regions, undergraduate and postgraduate students, startup founders, and edtech ecosystem partners for comprehensive insights. This table maps research objectives to the relevant respondent groups. For example, demand signals and program relevance require input from all 3 groups: HEIs, students, and industry. Information sources include primary data, such as interviews and surveys, which offer first-hand context but are time and cost-intensive. Secondary data, such as industry reports, are quick and low cost but may lack granularity. When balancing feasibility, cost, and data reliability, consider that interviews offer high reliability at a medium cost, while surveys are lower cost but offer medium reliability. Sampling techniques are divided into probability and non-probability sampling. Probability methods include simple random and systematic, while non-probability includes quota and snowball sampling. The steps for sampling logic involve identifying the population, defining respondent types, setting quotas, prioritizing, and choosing channels. Key non-probability techniques are judgment, snowball, and convenient sampling. Purposive sampling selects respondents based on relevance for expert opinion. Snowball uses a referral chain for hard-to-reach groups, and convenient sampling is used for whoever is easiest to reach in early exploration. Recommended sample sizes are 60 to 80 for HEIs, 350 to 400 for students, 50 to 80 for startup founders, and 20 to 40 for edtech ecosystem partners. Ensure the sample covers diverse geographic areas and utilizes mixed methods. Effective outreach channels include direct email, LinkedIn, university networks, edtech partners, and student clubs. Accelerators can be utilized through partner introductions and regional associations. The hands-on exercise requires you to identify stakeholder groups, define targets, suggest sampling logic, recommend outreach channels, and establish timelines for a sampling plan. This provides a sample format that can be used for the hands-on exercise in developing your sampling plan. To wrap up session 2, we covered identifying information for decisions, mapping respondents to insights, scoping primary versus secondary data, understanding trade-offs, and building a sampling and outreach plan.